Good morning, gamers. I'm Good Morning Gamer. Welcome to my room. Anyway, have you ever played a video game that just made you wish there was no ending? Maybe not no ending, but have you ever played a video game all the way to the end? Yeah, you've done that. Well, today I'm going to talk about a video game that I finished in less than 2 weeks because I couldn't get enough. For that game was Wind Waker. Yes, it's a Zelda game, and everyone loves Zelda games, but why? Why do we love Zelda so much? They take us to worlds of fantasy and magic, and the worlds are full of vibrant places you wish you could inhabit. And on that last point, Wind Waker got it so right, along with many other things. But before I get ahead of myself, why don't we just dive right into this? Dive. Some games force you to watch hours of dialogue in attempts to keep you interested in the story. Now, Zelda games claim to have this deep lineage, and everything has been chronologized and bound in hardcover books. But really, the full story isn't forced on you in gameplay. It's there if you want it, but if not, it's simple enough to skip dialogue and just watch the visuals to get the point. Big Bird, that's bad. You stole my sister. I gotta save her. Get on this boat. Come here. Come over here. Ride me. And so on. This meant that, as a kid, you could simply enjoy the exploration of Zelda games. But later on, as an adult, you can dig a little deeper and find meaning behind your journeys. For example, Hyrule was submerged in water by the gods to attempt to seal away Ganondorf. The gods were like, listen, we really gotta pee up here. Yeah, we gotta pee. Yeah, we've been holding it for like 300 years, so tell the important people to get up on the mountains or something. Get on the mountains, because we're about to flood this place. Anyway, what the game did do was try to engage you in talking to the characters and learning about the story. Like when the kids on Windfall Island walk around you. You were curious about what they wanted. And when you talked to them, the story was enriched ever so slightly. There are a ton of other facts about the story that I now find interesting, but you didn't need to know them to enjoy the game. And I liked that. So anyway, after you watch the 3.5-minute unskippable introduction, alright, yeah, I forgot about the introduction, it's a little annoying. But you start off in your home village, Outset Island, and the first thing you notice is the enormous ocean. It makes you giddy with excitement to get out there and explore it. The vibrant cerulean blue is just beckoning you to come in, and you just want to get out there. Well, you quickly discover you're not a very strong swimmer, so when some sketchy pirates show up, you accept their invitation to sail away. Because they got a sweet boat. I'm sure everything will be fine, it's just pirates. Aw, poop deck. You soon find your own boat, which is also alive, and he gives you the Wind Waker, which allows you to call on the gods to shift the direction of the wind. What are you, 12? Yeah, you're probably fine with that thing. However, this was where, at least in the original game, there were some issues. Traveling was the worst. You had to direct the wind to make your sail carry you in the right direction. At first, this made you feel like a genuine adventurer, abiding by the laws of physics and navigating the open seas. And it was even a bit satisfying to watch your sail catch the wind and accelerate toward the next island. But after some time, the magical act of changing the wind's direction felt more like changing a poop diaper. But thankfully in the HD remake, you could go to the auction house and place your bid on the Swift Sail, which made you fly across the ocean in any direction you wanted. It was unrealistic, but it was a blessing for playability. I realized that the intent was to make the gameplay more relevant to the game's title, but I don't care. We all wanted the Swift Sail. Yay. Aside from this one flaw, the environments were completely beautiful. It was almost like an entirely new color palette was invented for this game. And I mean like colors previously unseen in nature were fabricated to make this game look so good. The worlds were full of vibrant shades that popped against one another, and when paired with the surreal environmental elements and Link's facial expressions, in the ocean breeze you could almost feel, you began once more to feel truly a part of the Zelda universe. I wanted to run my hands through the bright green grasses and sail the open ocean in the peaceful star-speckled night, and climb aboard the mysterious ghost ship. The richness of the worlds completely outweighed the slightly tedious travel mechanic. So I'm sorry I even brought it up. It was uncalled for. Shame on me. Shame on me. Have I ever talked about music in a video game? Yes, because it's important. The first thing I noticed in this game was the music, even before the big ocean. The title screen song is one of my favorite Zelda songs, period. I use it as my wake-up alarm most mornings. It's got that unforgettable melody to it, and those distinct nautical undertones to give it some character. And when the cellos and violins join in, dear God, it's so beautiful. As your journey through the game continued, the themes kept everything feeling the way it should. The music was what made you feel something when you jogged along the carefree beaches of Outset Island, or sneaked by moblins on the Forsaken Fortress. And of course, when traversing the expansive Great Sea. The use of music and sound design is absolutely flawless in my opinion, and could not have better suited the world of Wind Waker. Well, story and chronology aside, this game does a really good job making you use your brain to progress through the game. There are some really cool bosses in Wind Waker, so if you haven't played the game, you might want to skip this section, but I'm only going to talk about a couple. And the final battle. But I mean, it's Zelda. You know what you know who. But the first boss of the game lurks atop Dragon Roost Island. All the islanders are wondering why their protector, Baloo, has been such a meanie lately. He's being mean. Turns out this crazy one-eyed centipede Goma has trapped Baloo's tail in the top of the mountain. Oh, that must be why. At first you think, oh alright, Goma's just another vulnerable-eyed Zelda enemy. But upon trying fruitlessly to inflict damage on its eye, you're forced to try other means. And the solution is clever. You end up using Baloo's own weight to take him out. And then you hit the eye. Okay, you still hit the eye, whatever. The battle still leaves you feeling accomplished, having discovered a new way to fight. And not to mention, you helped bring the island's community back into harmony. And so you'd take to the waves once again, on your way to discover more enemies and challenges. Enemies like Calais Demos, who, when opened, emits a breathtaking shower of luminescent orbs. Or Jalhalla, who requires some crafty light deflection to beat. And eventually, yes, you face the great king of evil, Ganondorf. This final battle was so legendary. Once you've made your way through his tower, you muster all of your courage and start on the perilous climb to the tower's roof. I'm not even sure what made this fight feel so epic. The first time I experienced it, I actually stood up and walked to the TV to be closer to the action. Something about the towers of rain, the sinister slow walk of Ganondorf towards you, the tense music, and all this colorful action after trekking through the monochromatic corridors. It was special, and stakes were high. It was finally time to make use of all your tireless training, your endless struggles to save Hyrule once more. And as courageous as ever, you'd face him without fear. Okay, well, as epic as all these final moments were, I feel like the quirkier moments of the game deserve just as much recognition. What about the kid with snot running out of his nose chasing after you? That made you feel something. Get away. Or how about the silly little pigs that you could sneak up on and capture? There was a great balance of emotion, from things like the ceremony of the Koroks, to the legendary moments of life and death. All things considered, this game was a masterpiece, and one that I will forever look back on with fondness. Thanks for watching Good Morning Gamer. If you haven't seen it, my very first video was actually about my favorite locations in the 3D Zelda universe. So click here to watch it. Wind Waker may or may not make an appearance. Or you can click here to watch my top 10 GameCube games. Other than that, stay tuned, there are some more videos in the works, and I'll see you in the morning.